I finally had a chance to check out Rivian's newest software update with Google Maps. And in this video, I want to show you what's new, how to use it, and whether I think it's a worthwhile update. Now let's dive in. All right, so let's take a look at just the overall differences from the old map. It looks more Rivian-like, looks more playful, has more color to it, which looks great. I think they did a fantastic job with the design. If you look in the top left corner, you have that same search bar, but we have some one-touch buttons for home, for work, and then your favorites. So it just makes it a lot easier to tap the screen and get going to one of those common locations that you would typically go to. If we tap the search button, we do see recent destinations. We also do see like your home, your work, your favorites, and then you can also scroll over and let's find some coffee. All right, so close by we have this Queen Bean coffee truck. And if you tap on something, you're gonna get more information. So you get the ratings, you get some pictures, which you can actually tap into. And then you will see that they have takeout. They will also display here the phone number, so you can give them a call, any issues that you may have. And sometimes they'll even actually put up a location's time of opening. Yeah, so open until 7 p.m. for Starbucks. All right, so we're gonna close out of here. And when you do tap on these, you do actually see like, oh, it's going to take me 5 minutes to get there. Oh, well, I actually want to take this different route, so we can go and it's going to be 6 minutes. So there's different routes and live feed of traffic in those routes, which is new and very much appreciated. If we take a look at the right side of the screen, this actually looks very similar to what it looked like before. So you can report a concern, share feedback, so wrong vehicle position, inaccurate traffic, road closures, wrong information, or something else. We still have the little icon for general settings. You can change your volume. You can have the audio type be just chimes, speech. We can have 2D, 3D, north, up as far as our map orientation goes. And then we can also do some of the things like clearing search and history data. As far as trip preferences goes, these are the same as what we had in the past. You can say what you prefer for an arrival range. We're gonna keep it nice and low. We'll go to about 24 miles. You can say what your preferred networks are, and you can also say if you want to avoid sites that need an adapter. We also have our typical charging icon where you can see local chargers around where your vehicle is. So if we tap over here, we have a charge point location. It is a 6.6 kilowatt max, and there's 7 of 8 chargers available. You can actually see details as well of where it is, what kind of amenities is it near. You can see the type of charger that is at this location. And then you actually can see sometimes the price, which is actually really informative if you are looking for somewhere to park and charge for a little while. And then lastly, you do get that detailed, just satellite imagery of where you are if you do prefer to have that over the more gray and green location sites. As far as speed goes, on my map, everything is very quick. I know a lot of people have been having some issues with lag, and this seems to be a vehicle by vehicle basis. So just make sure that you do a soft reset if you're having some lagginess. If that doesn't work, try a hard reset. And if that doesn't work, it seems like your vehicle may have a bug. And hopefully in future updates, Rivian will be addressing those bugs so that they can optimize the speed of the display itself. But let's test something here. So what if I wanted to go, recently I actually went to Bissell Bros up in Portland, Maine. Let's see what it's going to do if I check this out. Wow, surprisingly, if I went to Bissell Bros right now, there is no traffic or any issues. That's kind of crazy. Let's actually end that. And let's go to the Boston Logan Airport, because there's typically going to be a little bit of traffic there. Yes, all right. So on our trip planner, we can see that there is going to be a little bit of traffic near the Sumner Tunnel. Right now, it's actually just telling me that there's traffic. It doesn't say that it's due to a car accident. If that were the case, it would show a little car icon. So if we were driving on this trip and we wanted to add in a little stop at the Red Heat Tavern, I would simply tap it and then tap add. And that's going to add the stop to our navigator, which we're going to the Red Heat Tavern now. We can hit this little arrow icon, and that's going to show us the trip to the Red Heat Tavern. All right, from here, if I hit the up arrow, we can see I'm going to the Red Heat Tavern first, and then we're gonna go to Boston Logan Airport. We can always tap hit to add a new spot. What if I wanna go to this ice hockey rink? So we can see that, we can tap back up. And if we wanna delete something, all we would do is swipe it out to the left, which is great, or you do have the trash icon on the right. One thing I still can't quite figure out, and maybe you can help me with this, is how the map decides when to switch into 3D mode. Sometimes it shows full building models, other times it just sticks to flat location titles. At first, I thought it might be speed dependent, but after testing it out, it seems to flip back and forth without any clear reason. What I haven't been able to confirm yet is whether Rivian's version supports live rerouting. If you've noticed it working in your vehicle, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about your experience so far. One feature I really miss from my Tesla Model 3 is the ability to set rerouting suggestions if traffic adds more than 10 minutes to a trip. That kind of smart rerouting would be a huge quality of life improvement if Rivian decides to add it in future updates. And lastly, Rivian has finally added a range estimate on arrival, displayed in both percentage and miles. This is a feature that the community has been requesting for quite a while, so it's great to see it finally make its way to the update. Definitely a welcome addition. Overall, I do think that this is a good step forward for Rivian, but it's far from perfect. I imagine that Rivian will continue to work with Google to slowly add more features, because I know that there are a lot of people out there that use apps like Waymo that would like to see some overlap in the features that they have in those other GPS apps. What I would like to see in a future update is more predictive route planning by integrating my calendar. So when I get into my car and I put the vehicle in drive, it already knows where I plan to go. I'm assuming that this would come in the future with more AI integration, which we will find out more about in fall, because there is going to be an AI day for Rivian. And that just brings me down a different rabbit hole of AI in vehicles, because how cool would it be if I got into the vehicle and I could just have a natural conversation with Rivian's AI system and basically said, hey, like, I'm looking to go eat American food tonight. Like, what's around me as I'm driving? What's the rating? And it could just have this back and forth natural conversation. That would be such a game changer in a vehicle. And I think that we are actually going towards that future. Maybe we'll find out more in fall. But that wraps up this video on Rivian's Google Maps. If you found this video to be helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and remember, adventure is always out there.